Well, we've accounted for it using other Marine Expeditionary Units. And so, as you'll know, a Marine Expeditionary Unit is approximately 1,600 troops. But Marine Rotational Force Darwin has responded. Other MUs, KMEF has responded. And so between 3rd MEF and 1 MEF, we've been able to provide that combat capability. 31st MU is a seaborne power projection capability that is designed as a flexible, worldwide responsive force. The Marine Corps has accounted for that with other ready forces out of 1 MEF and out of 3 MEF. And so I don't view that there. So certainly from a seaborne crisis response force standpoint, that force is also available as being inherently mobile in times of crisis to move back into the Indo-Pacific. And it's my job to identify the indications and warnings and place the demand signal if we need that. Our amphib readiness is a driving factor for our seaborne readiness, crisis response capability with the Marine Corps. And we've got to continue to pay close attention to our amphibious force and increase our number of amphibious ships and the readiness of those ships.
Thank you.
America First Voice is back with another hard-hitting reaction. Today we're reacting to this critical Senate Armed Services Committee hearing where Senator Deb Fischer from Nebraska directly asks a top admiral if we should dramatically increase production of the B-21 Raider stealth bomber, going well beyond the current plan of 100 to at least 145 or even 200 bombers. The admiral's response should make every patriot stand up and cheer. If you believe America must maintain overwhelming military superiority to deter communist China and keep the peace through strength, smash that like button right now and subscribe. Let's dive in. Senator Fischer doesn't waste time. She points out that the current program of record for at least 100 B-21s is simply not enough when you account for both nuclear deterrence and conventional penetrating strike missions. She asks point-blank if we should seriously consider procuring at least 200. The Admiral agrees strongly, stating he is a very strong advocate for 200 B-21 bombers for both the nuclear and conventional roles. He emphasizes the need to overmatch China's rapidly expanding nuclear arsenal, which is expected to nearly double in the next 5 years, especially alongside their partnership with Russia. They also discuss extended deterrence for allies in the Indo-Pacific, the importance of tanker modernization for the vast Pacific distances, and how critical it is that our allies feel confident in America's nuclear umbrella. Here's my unfiltered take as a right-wing patriot and constitutional conservative.
Thank you, Senator Kaine. Our two senators from Florida keep tripping over themselves trying to defer to each other. I think the latest is that Senator Scott is recognized.
Thanks, Senator Moody. Admiral Pearl, General Brunson, thanks for being here. Thanks to the men and women that serve with you. So thanks for defending the freedom of this country. So I think we all travel, talk to allies, and here's what I keep hearing. They want to buy our weapons, but the FMS process has got a bunch of issues, and they can't get the weapons in a timely manner. I think part of it's the government, part of it's our defense prime's fault. Can each of you explain why it's so beneficial for our allies and partners in the Indo-Pacific to buy American-made military equipment?
Morning, Senator Scott. It's the interoperability of the capability and the absolute product superiority of the weapons themselves. Those two factors, the ability to fight and win today with each other, the ability to interchange weapons so that we can gain the flexibility of the magazines, and it's the fact that American military commitment is the best in the world, and it ain't even close.
General Brunson.
Yes, sir. I would wholeheartedly agree with that. From the human, technological, and procedural interoperability that comes of buying that great American equipment, it just makes our work a lot simpler, and it ensures that we've got the right capabilities in place.
Do the current lead times for foreign military sales hinder our ability to build capacity and deter communist China?
Yes.
Yes, Senator.
Given the recent deployment of the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit from Indo-PACOM to CENTCOM area of responsibility, how has this shift affected you and your crisis response capacity in the Indo-Pacific?
Well, we've accounted for it using other Marine Expeditionary Units. And so, as you'll know, a Marine Expeditionary Unit is approximately 1,600 troops. But Marine Rotational Force Darwin has responded. Other MUs, KMEF has responded. And so between 3rd MEF and 1 MEF, we've been able to provide that combat capability. 31st MU is a seaborne power projection capability that is designed as a flexible, worldwide responsive force. The Marine Corps has accounted for that with other ready forces out of 1 MEF and out of 3 MEF. And so I don't view that there. So certainly from a seaborne crisis response force standpoint, that force is also available as being inherently mobile in times of crisis to move back into the Indo-Pacific. And it's my job to identify the indications and warnings and place the demand signal if we need that. Our amphib readiness is a driving factor for our seaborne readiness, crisis response capability with the Marine Corps. And we've got to continue to pay close attention to our amphibious force and increase our number of amphibious ships and the readiness of those ships.
Thank you. Admiral Paparo, in prior testimony, you said logistics remain a critical challenge in the Indo-Pacific because of long distances and widely distributed operations. So is it correct that the Pacific Air Forces are working with innovative companies to demonstrate dual-use autonomous air cargo operations in theater this year?
Yes, sir. AFWorks, in coordination with PACAF, is doing experimentation in order to be able to put a 20-foot shipping container anywhere in the world employing unmanned capability, and we can't go fast enough on that.
Right. So do you see a role for aircraft autonomy for addressing logistics challenges going forward?
I see a role. I see it being indispensable for the future.
And how are we going to get this all done?
Well, I think innovating faster, investing faster. I think that taking risk in our investments, risks in such a way that program failure means that you can rededicate those monies to another vendor that's able to do it, but cultivating a competitive environment by allocating funds to innovative and experimental companies, by getting the technical community to rapidly grant the authority to operate to those companies, and to trade our strategic risk by taking a little bit of program risk, as we've done in the past.
Well, thanks both of you. And again, thank you, Senator Moody.
Rapid fire questions and rapid fire answers. Senator Kelly.
Senator Deb Fischer is absolutely right. And this Admiral is speaking the hard truth America needs to hear. The B-21 Raider is a game-changing stealth bomber, the most advanced in the world. In an era where China is aggressively expanding its military, modernizing its nuclear forces at breakneck speed, and building capabilities to challenge U.S. power projection in the Indo-Pacific, settling for only 100 is dangerously short-sighted. We need 200 or more. China's nuclear arsenal doubling, combined with their no-limits partnership with Russia, creates a two-front strategic threat we haven't faced in decades. Weakness invites aggression. The Admiral nailed it. We must overmatch their capability, modernize our full nuclear triad, and maintain credible conventional forces that can penetrate advanced air defenses. Peace through strength isn't a slogan. It's the only policy that has historically prevented great power wars. As a patriot, I'm encouraged to see real focus on industrial base capacity, procurement numbers, and allied assurance. Our allies in Japan, South Korea, Australia, and the Philippines rely on the U.S. Extended Deterrence Guarantee. Any delay or scaling back of programs like the B-21 would erode that confidence and could push allies toward their own nuclear options, something none of us want. We must also modernize the tanker fleet. The Pacific Theater's vast distances make air refueling essential for long-range strike and deterrence missions. Cutting corners on logistics while China builds up is reckless. Deeper opinion as a right-wing patriot. This hearing exposes the failure of previous weak leadership that allowed our military advantage to erode while China surged ahead. President Trump's first term restored focus on rebuilding our military. Now we must accelerate, fully fund and ramp up B-21 production, expand the defense industrial base with American workers, cut wasteful Pentagon bureaucracy and social experiments, and prioritize lethality over everything else. The left will scream about militarism or provoking China. They're wrong. Investing in superior capability is the best way to deter war. Ronald Reagan proved it. Trump proved it. History shows appeasement and weakness lead to conflict. America must dominate the skies with next-generation platforms like the B-21. We cannot allow China to achieve parity or superiority in strategic capabilities. Our freedom, our economy, and our way of life depend on it. Final passionate message. Patriots, Senator Deb Fischer is fighting the good fight for a strong national defense. We need more leaders like her who understand the China threat and refuse to let America fall behind. Demand Congress fully funds the B-21 program at the scale required, 200 or more, modernizes our nuclear forces, and gives our military everything it needs to deter our adversaries and win any conflict. If this hearing fired you up like it did me, comment below. Should we build 200 plus B-21 Raiders? How serious is the China nuclear threat to you? Do you support massive investment in American military superiority? Smash like if you stand for peace through overwhelming strength. Subscribe, hit the bell, and share with every patriot. We need secure borders, energy dominance, a powerful military, and an unapologetic America first agenda. Stay vigilant. Stay strong. God bless our troops. God bless Senator Deb Fischer. God bless President Trump. And God bless the United States of America, the greatest nation on earth.